Your Bitcoin and Litecoin daily update is 14.8, the next stop for Bitcoin. We're going to talk about that today. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Tuesday. We're going to take a look at the charts, starting out with Litecoin, moving on to Bitcoin. Then we're going to take a look at my favorite chart comparison, the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart, and why I believe we'll hit 46,000 by the end of the year. Also, I want to take that time towards the end of the video to talk a little bit about gold and why I believe people are exiting the traditional markets and what makes me think that. So definitely stick around to the end to check that out. Also, a reminder, we have a free Discord group with a great community, guys. Definitely check it out. There's a link to it in the description below the video, along with some affiliate links that help keep this channel free. So definitely check those out if you can use them. That's awesome. If not, that's okay too. Let's get on with the charts and see what's going on. Alright guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, this is still a speculative market, so don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button in the lower right hand side of the screen, because I do live or daily updates every single day. Also, I do live streams a couple times a week, so if you tick the notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos. So definitely check it out. Also, smash the likes, guys. Really helps the channel out. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think, where you think Bitcoin's headed by the end of the year. Yeah, let's see what's going on. So looking at Litecoin on the weekly, I have been seeing some comments in the comment section saying this is not bullish divergence. That's right, it's not bullish. It's hidden bullish divergence. Google is your friend, guys. Check it out. If you think you know everything, you might want to start opening your mind a little bit, because this is hidden bullish divergence here. Getting higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI. Hidden bullish divergence. We definitely have some upward movement coming, guys. I want to take a look at the daily, and we're going to look at the RSI. Well, first we're going to look at the price action, and we'll look at my bigger targets in the daily and show you what I've been looking at. I've been looking at this as a cup and a handle, with the handle being formed now. The neckline of that is around the $146 range. If we take a measured move of that gets us up to about the 271 area. I do believe that is where Litecoin's headed. I know everybody's really bearish on Litecoin right now. That's just a better sign that I should be bullish. So I've been accused of being bullish, overly bullish. Well, when I started doing my videos, Bitcoin was at 3150 and Litecoin was at 24. So if you look at what's going on, why not be bullish? I don't day trade, so I don't care about the smaller time frames, guys. Let's look at I do want to point out, worst case scenario, guys, is $62 range for Litecoin. I don't think it's going to happen, but that, again, that's my worst case scenario. All right, let's look at the RSI in the daily. As you know, if you've been watching the channel, and if not, we were watching this rising channel since November. Yeah, right in November. When I started posting videos was in December, and we had been watching this. We broke down out of it in a falling channel here, and as you can see in the white, it looks like we're in a falling channel. I do want to point out that we had been watching this falling broadening wedge. We popped out of here. I had said we'd most likely come down and test the top of the broadening wedge, and we did that. Let's go into the 4-hour RSI, and then we'll go into the price action. So in the 4-hour, now where I'm looking at this, we had the broadening wedge here, broke out of it here. I do believe we are in a falling wedge now. Most likely going to come up, test the top of this channel, and we'll look at that in the price action. All right, so we'll take a look at the bearish case scenario first, guys, and then the bullish. So bearish case is if we break this blue trend line here, which it's moving up now, so I'm going to put it more in this area, and that'd be around the 8250 range, somewhere in there. If we break that, if we break that low, we are most likely headed down to the $62 range, guys, which is also old resistance back here. And that would be this long-term bottom trend line. So bullish case, looking at this yellow resistance line up here along with the blue line, looks like we seem to be forming what looks to be a ascending triangle. If that's the case, the measured move, guys, off of that, the first one would be measuring the width of the longest or the widest point of the triangle and putting it up to, if we were to break out in this range, that gets us up to the 137 range. I am looking for these targets more likely than the low, which would be the bearish case. So I'm definitely looking more at the bullish case scenario, and I do want to show you my next target, which would be a measured move off of this broadening wedge here to where we might break out, which would probably be in this range. And my target off that, guys, is around the 171 range. So that's where I'm at with Litecoin. Let's move on to Bitcoin and take a look at what I'm looking at here. Same thing, guys, hidden bullish divergence, which is higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI. Definitely hidden bullish. If you think that's not, Google it. That's all I got to say. Quit leaving your comments acting like you know everything when you have no idea, apparently. So anyways, looking at this as a bull flag, which I do believe that is what is formed here, and you look at the, if we look at the volume here, and this is on the weekly, but as you can see, the volume's going down. And if we took a measured move, measuring this as the bull flag, and or this is the flag pull, I'm sorry, and this is the bull flag, and we put it up to, if we were to break out this week, we're looking around the $21,000 range as a target off this. And no, that doesn't mean we shoot straight up. There's going to be resistance. Obviously, it's not going to go straight up, guys. All right, let's look at the daily. All right, looking at the daily, I have some shorter term targets in here. And, excuse me, let's take a look at where we're at. Okay, I have this 11.8 range in here, guys. And we'll take a look at that in the 4 hour, how I get that. I also have the 10,790 range, which is a possibility for the more bearish case scenario. But as always, we're going to look at the more bullish right here. Then we'll take a look at the bearish case. So on the daily, we take a measured move of this, just measuring it as a falling channel. And if we broke out in this area here, we're looking at the 16,100 range. And looking at this as a flag pull here, this being the bull flag, and if we broke out in that range, that would get us up to the 18,400 range. My next target obviously would be that 21,000 range. I also have, this is more long-term, guys, but I will throw this in there. If we did a measured move off this broadening wedge here, and say we broke out around the 18,000 range, that target would be around the 32,000. So that's where I'm at there. Let's go into the RSI real quick. All right, so looking at the daily RSI, this is something we've been watching for a while now. And what I'm looking at, as you can see, I have this. Well, first we had the rising channel that we've fallen out of, and this looks like a broadening wedge. And we have this top resistance line and then the bottom support line. And if we look at it in the price action, we're getting lower lows. Let's move this up a little bit so you can see it. We're getting lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. Hidden bullish divergence, guys. Now, the next thing I want to point out, each time we hit this top resistance line in the RSI was a high in our move before our consolidation. And then our next break showed our high. Consolidation. Next break showed our high. Consolidation. And let me show you where I believe we're at now. We're going to look at the RSI. So take a good look at the RSI. What it looks like from this top resistance line, we came down, created what looks to be like a inverted head and shoulders, and then a bigger one, inverted head and shoulders, back to that resistance, inverted head and shoulders, and I believe we're on our way back up to that next high, which would be the top of this resistance. So let's go into the 4-hour RSI, take a look at that, and we'll take a look at the bearish case scenario along with the bullish. So I have this falling wedge drawn here that we've broken out of. We do have room to come back down and test the bottom down here, guys, which would be the bearish case scenario, and we're going to take a look at that. Let's do that right now. All right, so looking at the bearish case scenario, guys, don't forget we are going to be checking out the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart next, and I'll show you why I believe people are exiting the traditional markets. Before I begin this part and show you the bearish and then the bullish case scenario, I do want to mention, guys, quit getting ripped off by these scam artists selling you basic information for ridiculous amounts of money. Don't get scammed, guys. All you're doing is paying for their drug habits, their gambling habits, and their lavish lifestyles while you're throwing your good hard-earned money away when you could learn that. You could learn the basics all on your own. There's free information all over the internet. I'm so sick of these guys ruining the space, selling people bullshit pipe dreams, telling them they can make them a good trader or follow their trades and they'll be great and blah, blah, blah. The only way to get good, guys, is practice, and I suggest practicing with a fake account and then moving on to a real account if you're going to be doing leverage trading, which I do have some affiliate links for leverage trading exchanges in my link below or my description below the video. But if you guys are going to do that, I definitely suggest starting out low leverage with small accounts to practice. So anyways, let's look at where we're at here. We'll look at the bearish case scenario, guys. And the bearish case scenario, as you know, we had been watching this triangle here, broke out of, which a lot of times this is a fake out. And we were looking at this as an Adam and an Eve here with the neckline or top of the Adam and Eve right around the 11,050 range. And the measured move of the break of that, guys, is 1307. I'd say $13,000 range. We'll just make it even. But most of the time on formations like this, the Adam and Eve, we come back down to retest the tip of all these, which is, you know, the neckline, the base, whatever you want to call it right here. But we came down, almost touched it yesterday. I do believe there's still a possibility we come down and test it. I do want to point out one more thing I forgot to mention, guys, real fast. In the daily chart, as you can see, our volume is decreasing big time. I do see a break coming, and I think it's going to be the break of this bull flag. Go back to the 4-hour, and I want to look at the bearish case scenario, which I believe is way less likely, guys. Just way less likely. So what I have drawn in here looked to be like a reversal diamond, and the measured move of the reversal diamond, guys, we break out here, which we take a look at what's going on. You can see that a breakout of this would be around the $10,790, $10,800 range, which is possible. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. I don't discount that we could come down and retest this neckline for the Adam and Eve, which is going to be around the 11,040, 11,000, somewhere between 11,000 and 1140. If we do break the 11,000, then I would be looking for the 10.8 or 10.79, somewhere in there. If we measure a breaking up from this, that gets us up to around 11.8, guys. So keep an eye on those two. But like I said, long term, bullish as hell. We break this top of this bull flag, we're headed to 13. And then I also have other targets in there. The target I posted on the thumbnail was the 14.8, and that is a measured move of this, looking at this as a bull flag, looking at the neckline of the Adam and Eve along with this triangle here, or this trend line here, making a triangle. This being the resistance, this being the support, this being the flagpole. Take a measured move and to where we could break out. That gets us up to the 11.8 or the 14.8 range, guys. So obviously after that, then we go to my 16.1 that I showed you before. But that's what I'm looking at now, guys. I do believe we're headed towards the 14.8 region. If we can break the 13,000, I do believe we're going to break up from this bull flag. I know people are still bearish, talking about all this crap down here. The bearish case scenario, guys, we come back and test this trend line here, and that would be around the 9,600 range. If that was to break, we'd be looking at the $8,500 range. But we have to keep in mind that could happen, guys. If we do break that 10.7, 10.8 range, I would be looking for the 96. If that breaks, I'd be looking for the 85. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. That's not saying it can't, guys. That's just my opinion. So keep an eye on those areas, and you won't be so surprised when something happens. But these are my targets for the bullish case scenario, which is first the 11.8, then 13, then 14.8, then 16. Again, guys, it don't go straight up. We'll bounce around in here. Anyways, that's where I'm at with that. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart, and then we're going to talk a little bit about gold also. But I do want to look at this. I want you guys to see this pattern. A pattern is a pattern, guys. From each peak over here, I drew trend lines to the 6,000 where we broke out, or yeah, to where we broke down, capitulated at 6,000. Then there was two touches on this bottom long-term trend line before breaking through this triangle and up. I have this blue line drawn in here off of old support in the bear market that we broke back through right here, and I have the white trend line here from these supports in the bear market drawn across. I have the same thing drawn in the gold weekly chart, guys. You'll see it in a second, but we are playing with this now. I did say before, I do not think this white line is going to break, and we'll zoom in and I'll show you that, and show you why. That's why I believe we'll stay above the $11,000 range from here on out. But I also have this yellow trend line drawn from this peak to the peak of this move here. When that breaks, I believe, it's going to be balls to the walls, guys. Let's look at the gold weekly. Here's the gold weekly. Same thing, two touches on the bottom trend line before breaking through. I had the same trend lines drawn from each peak. The blue line, old support in the bear market. The white line, old support in the bear market, which we're bouncing around now. And I'll click back over so you can see. Same pattern, guys. And that's why I believe we'll hit 46,000 by the end of the year. It's playing out beautifully. We've been watching this on this channel since January. Now, I do want to point out some more, but first, I want to talk a little bit about gold. And, well, first, I tell you what. Look at what happened here. Once we broke back above this and stayed above it, we came back down and tested it for support right here. And if we go over to Bitcoin, I'm going to zoom in on that. And that's why I don't believe that trend line is going to break, guys. And if we came down to retest it, that's right at the 11,050 range. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to break that. I honestly think we're going to stay ahead of that. But if it does break, we've already looked at the lower target, so you guys know what to expect. But that 1150 seems pretty damn strong there, guys. But yeah, let's take a look at gold. As you can see, there was this trend line here of this rising channel, and we've broken it, guys. And I've been mentioning in the Discord, if you belong to the Discord, if we break 1525, all hell is going to break loose. I do believe this is a sign that people are exiting the market. Big money is exiting traditional market and putting it into a safer store of value, which is gold. And I do believe Bitcoin will be taking on some of that money also. That's what's going to create this big move and get us to 46,000 by the end of the year, in my opinion. So anyways, yeah, let's look at the weekly RSI. Also, we've been watching this since January, which was back in here before we broke this trend line. But as you can see, this is 2013 bull run. You see the same trend line I have as in the 2017 bull run. We had two touches of resistance on it before breaking through, starting the next bull market. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market, 2 touches of resistance before breaking through, starting the bull market. I also want to point out these 2 areas right here. As you can see, the similarities in them. It looks, you know, like we're in this area and we're most likely going to do something like this. And this could be a couple-year bull run, guys. So, yeah, exciting times ahead, definitely. I'm going to take a look at the monthly now, RSI, and show you what we've been watching in there since January. I had these 2 arcs drawn in here, guys. 2013 bull market, followed by the bear market. Each arrow representing a new low in the RSI before starting the next bull market. 2017 bull market, followed by the bear market. Each arrow representing a new low before starting the bull market. Each time there were 4 lows in the RSI and the monthly before the bull market started, guys. This one could be a lot quicker. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the channel and you do want to get my daily updates, definitely subscribe by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Really helps the channel out. Also, don't forget to check out the affiliate links and the free Discord in the description below the video. Have a wonderful day. I will see you later.